I thought Chelsea would slow down after winning the Conference League. But the amount of news and the amount of exciting stuff that's come out about your guys' club is incredible. And I'm just really jealous of that. That's why you've got owners that are willing to spend the money necessary. People can call you billion-pound spenders, bottle jobs. But you guys put your money where your mouth is, and you just have to be honest and to commend them for that. Before we get on to all the latest transfer news, if you are new here, please hit the subscribe and the like as well. It'd be greatly appreciated. And please do comment your thoughts on everything that is discussed in this video. Let's start with the big news coming out from Ornstein, Fabrizio Romano on Liam Delap. Chelsea are set to win the race for Liam Delap, activate his 30 million release clause, and he is on his way to Stamford Bridge. And I mean, this would be a phenomenal signing. The profile of Liam Delap, he's a clever player, he's a bully, brilliant ball striking, the fundamentals are all there, and he's so young as well. You can only just see him going elevating and hitting those incredible levels. And he got 12 goals last season in the Premier League for a struggling Ipswich side, but you could just see, you know, I hate to put this on there, but Drogba, that profile is, you can see it in Liam Delap. The bully nature, the no-nonsense nature of a centre-forward, you can see it in him. He enjoys bullying defenders. He enjoys scoring goals. He enjoys what he's doing. You can tell he's the sort of centre-forward which does scream Chelsea, and the sort of history that Chelsea have in that striker position, the Costas, the sort of Drogbas. You can tell Liam Delap can be the next in that pipeline of nines and strikers. And it's been quite difficult for Chelsea. Jackson isn't a horrible centre-forward. They just need more options, different variety of play. And Liam Delap is certainly one player who provides that different nature of footballer in the attacking centre-forward role. We also have extra news on two strikers. I haven't put it in here, but we'll talk about him. Ekitike and Victor Gyökeres. Chelsea have made an inquiry in the last hours to get a Victor Gyökeres over with a Delap, or Ekitike with a Delap. Seems as though that deal is not affecting Chelsea getting these players in. And this is where it's kind of like, we need to stop these guys. Imagine they get Delap, Gyökeres, Ekitike, one of those two, with Delap and Jackson already in there. That would just be a joke. It would be a joke. We cannot allow Chelsea to go into next season with the striker options of a Jackson, a Delap, and an Ekitike. Three very different strikers. I feel like Gyökeres and Delap are a bit too similar in the way they play football. But Ekitike, Jackson, and Delap have three different ways of playing that striker role, and if whatever the game requires, you can put any of them in the game. If you want to put both up top in one game, you can do that as well. That is just that would just be something else. Imagine rocking up to Stamford Bridge and they've got that wealth of options already off the bench. You see how quality they've got on there already. Then you're adding an Ekitike on some games, a Delap in some games, a Jackson against tired legs, he can spin the channels. That would be something else. And if we're looking at those stats of Victor Gyökeres, he's a goal scorer. 52 goals, 35 in the season before for Arsenal. I'm not really a big fan of him to come to my club, but for Chelsea, I feel like he can just put the ball in the net, and that's what they need. He is a player who will put that ball in the net. No struggles, no problems. He can strike a ball as well. But like I said, it will be him or Ekitike with Delap and Jackson, which is what is being said by many journalists, and that would just be absolutely incredible. And it doesn't even stop there in the attacking positions, because Chelsea want to make everything compete for everything next season, and want to make a big signing. They believe Rodrygo is perfect for them and fits all requirements. Wow. Palmer, Rodrygo, Gyökeres, Gyökeres, Ekitike or Jackson up front with Delap. I'm even forgetting. They've got so many players who look as though they could come to the club that I'm almost forgetting who to put in there. And that's a really, really positive sign. People can say you can spend as much money, blah, 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 blah. But look, this is where Chelsea make that leapfrog into title challenges, proper title challenges, by getting these players, by getting a lot of players in certain positions. They're happy to rotate. If they're happy to share the load, that could be special. Rodrygo is a world-class player. There's certain things he can do on a football pitch. It is an absolute joke. And I feel like Chelsea making everything possible to get this deal done. I want him at Arsenal, you know. That's a player I want at Arsenal. I would love him at Arsenal. But Chelsea, they put the money where their mouth is and they get these deals done. And you can just see the coordination and the fluid rotations in the front line with Rodrygo. It can be special. It can be really exciting. And I feel like low blocks won't be an issue for Chelsea anymore, because they've just got a lot of pure talent in there, willing to rotate, willing to go into uncomfortable areas in the football pitch, willing to take on their man. And we're also forgetting Sancho and Mudryk and Neto and Madueke and Estaval and Kendrick Paez. They want to build a dynasty in the attacking third. This is a different type of project that we've not seen before, but it is a special one. If all of these players reach their potential, Chelsea, this could be something really, really scary. And like I've said with Rodrygo, he's just an absolute super talent, really. Somebody ready to take responsibility, wanting the responsibility. He can really, really work in a Chelsea side. I really do feel like he can, whether it's in the central spaces, in the wide spaces. He's better with an overlapping fullback. So Cucurella would probably have to change his role and get on the overlap, or Enzo would have to do more overlaps on the outside. But Rodrygo is a player who can really thrive against low blocks and in Maresca's system for sure, if they get the right profiling in and around him. And it doesn't even stop there. I've talked about Chelsea needing defenders and a goalkeeper for me, a world-class goalkeeper. I've said Joan Garcia, I've said Emi Martinez. But the defence. Chelsea have inquired again for Jared Branthwaite and advancing on talks for João Hato. They want 2 defenders. Incredible. 2 defenders. That is what I feel like Chelsea needed. They needed to get 2 defenders through the door. One of them to play next to Colwill. The other one, probably I would have preferred a more experienced option for them if they want to get to that next level. But hey, you cannot go wrong with stacking just super talents. And Jared Branthwaite and João Hato come under that category. And we'll talk about sort of João Hato. He's played fullback, so again, he offers that positional depth. Somebody who can cut inside and come in the inside and invert more comfortably than a Cucurella. He can play centre-half in certain game states as well. It's about having as much quality and variation in those defensive areas. And that's what makes Chelsea be unstoppable. If they have different profiles, like a Hato who's brilliant 1v1 defensively, but great at progressive passes. Just looking at these statistics there, you know, pass completion, top 1% of fullbacks to centre-halves. You know, aerial duels as well, top 12% of defenders and fullbacks. Really good in the air. He's not the tallest player, 5'10", but he's really good in those duels. Touches, he's comfortable on the ball. I mean, he's from the school of Ajax. Those guys are phenomenal on the ball. And I feel as though Chelsea could do with another defender good on the ball, comfortable in those wide channel defending situations, comfortable in the centre-half position as well. They can really do something special with João Hato. And he's just young. He's 18 years of age. So you can, again, think about the way he can develop under Maresca. And it's just like playing career mode, really, and Football Manager, the depth, the different variation of talents. Chelsea, you know, you can kind of be jealous of what they are building. And of course, you know, what Chelsea need is a player who can be fit. He's played 44 games consecutively in 2 seasons, and before that 28 games. This guy's rarely injured, always available. And availability for me is the best ability. And that goes for Jared Branthwaite as well. His availability is top-notch, a class defender. We know all about him. He can play right centre-back and Colwill left centre-back. He's really good in that position. He's centre-back. He's really good in there. Channel defending, he can do really well. Play him left-back. There's so many different ways Chelsea can operate with getting those 2 defenders in. And I feel like that's the model. Get players who can play versatile positions and then think about those problems later. Who's going to start? Think about them later. But just stack the good players and you have different ways of playing. But anyway, that's it for now. Let me know your thoughts on everything discussed in this video. But until next time, peace.